From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santa-Stein, or the Post-Holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware. Beware! That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Good morning, interwebs. How the heck are you? Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is Nevermind the Furthermore with, despite what you saw at the opening, with your host, Brian K. Morris, who's only through his first cup of coffee. But anyway, thank you for watching. Whether you're watching us live and can interact with us, or you're watching us on a rerun, we really appreciate you being here. Really, we do. And if you're watching us on Facebook, please, if you like this video, give it a like, if you would, please, or some sort of reaction. And also, please like the page you're watching it on, whether it's the Rising Tide Publications page or it's the Indie Vent page, because every reaction we get helps us with it helps us battle the evil Zuckerberg algorithms, and it helps our visibility showing up in other news feeds. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube for the better picture and sound, thank you for being here. And if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, please. And also, if you're watching on either the Rising Tide Publications page or the Geek Insider page, again, please subscribe to the page. Again, it helps so much. It costs you nothing. Takes just a couple seconds of your time. And be sure to ring that little bell. Tingle that little bell so that you'll be notified of all of our future shows that are coming up, okay? And also, thank you very much, as always, to Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it really does matter. It'll help you sell your book better. It attracts more customers, and it looks good on bookshelves. So contact Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics and see what he can do for you. He delivers big four publisher quality at independent publisher prices. So check it out. All right. And also, this show is powered to you by Geek Insider.com. Check out their amazing variety of shows on that network, and also Rising Tide Publications. And we are 47 comments behind. Oh dear God. Anyway, I love it when you guys get here.
I think you need to sound like the Micro Machine Man.
I do. I need to just just skip all the vowels and just do consonants on this show, I think.
Yep. For it.
Yeah, it'll save me a lot of time. But anyway, we love the comments that happen when we're not here anyway. And we want to thank Carleen, and Brian Wenzel for sharing this show. Please share this program. from either YouTube or from Facebook. Again, it helps in the algorithms. It all works. It's all rising tide. And Grant Lankard, wow, am I the first one? You sure are. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you didn't need to hear me sneeze. But anyway, yes, Grant Lankard, you are the first one here. Please check with Grant and get on his brand new subscription list for his newsletter. It's going to be groovy. And thank you, Heather Ellen. As always, you are a darling. Thank you for sharing this show. Much appreciated. And from YouTube, Teresa Dunn. Good morning, Brian, and Nevermind to Teresa Dunn. Get her book on Amazon, Poetry Expressions 2, brand new for you. And good morning, Carl Witzman. How the heck are you? And hi, Grant, says Teresa. And Joe Dog says, I've been here about 10 minutes. And that was what? That was about 15 minutes ago. Wow, you're doing better than I am. And good morning, all. Good morning to you, Joe Dog. And don't forget, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, also Saturdays at 11, is Stupid O'Clock, one of the most fun shows on the entirety of the interwebs. It is a great after the convention hours conversation. It goes anywhere. Joe Dog and his panel are amazing. They are funny. They are insightful. And you have no idea how empty your life has been until you experience the glory that is skunk. Anyway, much love. And don't forget, folks, while we're shamelessly promoting, don't forget we now have merchandise. Check the links below for our merch store. You can get coffee cups and T-shirts and phone cases and all kinds of cool stuff, including, forget the vaccine. This is the thing that's going to keep you safe. Anyway, but we make no medical claims whatsoever, even though we do have a degree from YouTube University. And hi, Teresa from Grant Lankard. And I apologize, Joe, I didn't see you. Good morning. And there went that greeting dump. We're going to catch up. And happy Wednesday, fellow Nevermorians. Clyde Hall, a pleasure to have you here as always. Thank you for showing up last night on Clever Title Pending when we interviewed the amazing Ted Davies. Wasn't that a fun show? Ted is an amazing interviewer and an amazing content creator. And y'all could do worse than to emulate this guy. Plus, we also appreciate the fact that during this, the My Sharona Miley Cyrus Peter pandemic, that he didn't put down his tools and said, okay, I'm sitting this one out until everything gets better. He decided he was going to make it better. So please watch that show last night. It was a fun show. I think you will enjoy it. And also don't forget, this coming Tuesday, we've got Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics, who is going to talk about design and doing trailers for your books. And please contact Plasma Fire Graphics for your book graphic needs and lusts and desires. And Morning Joe, says Teresa Dunn, we can all use a little Morning Joe, I'm telling you. And good morning, Clyde. And Grant Lankard says they're doing construction right outside my house and started at 7 a.m. Gasp. Yeah, that's always a great alarm clock to wake up to. And Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay says, hi, Brian, how are you, my friend? My friend, I am doing great. I am under caffeinated, but doing it anyway. I hope you are having a sensational morning yourself. And hi, Jake, says Teresa Dunn. Carl Witzman says, I was in the wrong room. That's I usually do too. That's the one with the sofa, whereas we have the urinals. Yeah, I do that all the time. Wonder why there's no chatter in here. Oh, no. And all good, Grant. It's all good, says Joe Dog McKeel. Thus it is so. And good morning, all, from Ted Davies Artistry. Ted, thank you for being on the show again last night. Thank you for the great after hours conversation with you and Chris. And anyway, please check out what Ted and I were talking about last night. Also, check out Ted on YouTube, Ted Davies Artistry. Please give that page a like, because he needs a lot more subscribers. And excuse me. And you guys have been so generous to me. I really love it to see it reflect on Ted too, in a good way, of course. And also, what else? He's got going, and also his Facebook page, Ted Davies Artistry, also TedDaviesArtistry.com, also on Anchor FM. Check for Ted Davies and his brand new inspirational podcast. It's really good stuff. And hi, Ted, says Joe Dog, and hello everyone, says Carl Lankard. Morning, Carl, and Ted, says Grant Lankard himself. And there he is, says Joe Dog. Hi, all, Carly, mwah, glad to see you here. And good show last night, Ted. Yeah, seriously, Ted was a great guest. Hi, Carly. And thanks, Grant, says Ted. And Brian Wensloff, good morning to you, my friend. Don't forget Reels and Heels this coming Saturday at 2:15 Eastern. He's going to talk about cool stuff, as he always does. And hello, Ted, from Teresa Dunn. And hi, Grant, says Carly. And hey, Carl and Ted, Grant, Carly, Joe Dog, Teresa. That's most everyone. Say hello if you haven't already. And good morning from Heather Ellen, mwah, who does a wonderful, wonderful broadcast on Sunday nights. Please check it out. She is a darling. And I've been busy the last day or so. I was downstairs yesterday for an inordinate amount of time, trying to make my basement look like we actually live here and not just kind of squatting. I have to show my honey. She'll be so proud of me. All the work I got done. Yes. And organized some stuff. Found some things I forgot I had. That's not a happy state there. Although we did find the Christmas album by Twisted Sister and the Beach Boys. Oh, yeah. Now, if that isn't a disparity, if that wasn't like one extreme to the other, going from Twisted Sister to the Beach Boys, that's kind of like the alpha and omega of pop Christmas music. And we also found the best of Sweet. I love Sweet. Ballroom Blitz, Love is Like Oxygen, all that good stuff. And also Martin Mull's I'm Everyone I Ever Loved, which has the dirtiest song ever made. The humming song.
Oh, yes.
You remember that?
Oh, yes.
Last night I took you home and we began. Yeah, we're not going to do that because we don't want a copyright strike. Anyway, all of our regulars are here. Excuse me, except Christian and Dark Mistress Sarah. Well, Dark Mistress, if she's sleeping in so she can get to feeling better, I will forgive the Dark Mistress this morning. But Christian, our altar boy, needs a spanking. Even when he's good, he needs a spanking. And I realized my brand new title for my show is God's Truth Through Amazing Illusions, featuring illusionist Jake Lindsay. I like that. Oh, I released my new brand title. That's cool. Jake, settle on one brand. You've gone from Magi Jake to, about 3 or 4 iterations. But this one sounds good, man. This sounds good because it reflects your faith and it separates you from the rest of the illusionists. That is very, very cool. Very cool indeed. And I'm in the mood for tater tots, says Grant Lankard. Who wants to run to the store and pick some up for me? I would, Grant, but I'm busy kind of right now. I'm entertaining a nation, if not the world. And she would say, don't forget to like. She would say that. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please just take a second and give the mighty algorithm a like, if you would, please, because that's how we get by everything. But no, it does help us in our searches. And I think one of the reasons we've had such an amazing uptick in our subscribers, which, by the way, I'm going to check on this morning. I haven't checked on it this morning. Holy cats. It's not that it's my ego or anything, but it's a measure of how much people like this thing. And we're at 412 subscribers. Thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed to the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page. Just look for my usual festooned image and you'll find me. There's 2 Brian K. Morrises. I'm actually both of them, but I screwed up one account, and so I started over again. And the started over one's the one I'd like you to be at, because the other one ain't doing nothing. I can't even access it anymore. And hey, Clyde, says Carleen, and there he is, Cameron, Christopher Payne. Good morning to you, Cameron. Hope you're having a fantastic morning so far, and you're looking forward to an even better day. And already liked and shared here on Facebook. So there, Carleen sure showed you. Thank you, Carly. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And tater tots, yum. Oh, wait, I'm full. I haven't had breakfast yet. I can use some tater tots. If somebody wants to run some by here at the compound, we'll make sure the drawbridge is down. And GM Cameron, Good morning. That's how the young people talk. And Heather Allen, again, thank you for sharing this video. Mwah. Also, check out Heather's videos and her amazing content. She is also, hello, Illusionist Jake from Clyde Hall. And nice. And Rick Bradley, thank you for sharing this. I appreciate you, brother. So good of you to do that. And Grant Lankard says, Carly's filling in for Sarah by reminding people to like. This show is a group effort, Grant. I am proud to have the best team in the world helping me. And speaking of the best team helping me, there's Jeffrey Hayes. And good Wednesday morning. All hope your week is going well. Check out Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you. And how much does, what kind of good work do they do? Well, if you missed the top of the show, they do good work just like this.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Please check out Volcano, Rebirth of the Champion. The sequel should be coming out in 2021. See, there's already something to look forward to that year. And also check out PlasmaFireGraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you. Check out their amazing work. They did that trailer for me. Jeffrey Hayes can do it for you at extremely reasonable prices, so check him out. Thank you, Jeffrey Hayes. We adore you. And Cameron Christopher Payne says, good morning, Heather. And Kelly C. Burton-Siebel, good morning, Brian. Wow, Kelly, how are you this morning? Kelly's a brand new minted author. She's got a brand new book out on Amazon. Please put in a link to that book, Kelly, if you would, please. And time to party. Happy hump day. Exactly. We have got to get the party rolling today because we've got the rest of the week to get through. And we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the end of 2020. That's not to say all the crap that went down in 2020 is going to magically end on January 1st, but we're through it. We survived it. We got through the Jumanji LARP. Then again, we still have about 22 days to go. A lot can happen in 22 days. So anyway, let's keep positive and let's help each other get through this. And good morning, Brian. Good morning to you. Let's see. Come on up. There we go. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. Let's see. Here we go. We're running a little. Okay, here we go. New 3D bot maker video just dropped. Yes. And if you subscribe to my monthly newsletter, you'd have seen a Rayson Martin Joe turned me on to the 3D bot maker videos. Please check them out. And if you want to subscribe to my monthly newsletter, check the crawl across the bottom of the screen. It's at bit.ly/RSNG-TD01, Rising Tide without the vowels. We're having a vowel movement. We're not using them. And anyway, please check that out. And if you want to, you can also go to risingtide.pub. That's my website. We're going to get it overhauled this year. Excuse me. And we're also directly to me. I will sign you up. And if you're worried about spam, worry not, because I hate that stuff. And I'm going to make sure you don't get any because of me. Your contact information stays with me and it doesn't go any further. We don't sell it. We don't give it away. We don't trade it. We don't do nothing with it except appreciate it. So anyway, yeah, thank you for letting me know, Joe Doug. I think I'll be doing that instead of work today. Anyway, Charles F. Millhouse. God, boy, things. I don't know if it's my computer or what, but I don't think it's my computer. There we go. Good morning from Charles F. Millhouse. And maybe something's up with StreamYard, but I'm not seeing the But anyway, we're going to get through this too. Good morning to Charles F. Millhouse, the creator and editor and contributor to Pulp Reality #1. There he is. There he is popping up. Pulp Reality #1, available now on Amazon with some incredible people contributing to it. And I count myself among them. Maybe not incredible, but I contribute. Excuse me. But already the reviews are coming in and people liking it. So check it out on Amazon too. And Daryl Shaw is here. Good morning, sir. Watch you on YouTube. So freaking cool. Thank you, Daryl Shaw. I appreciate it. And let's see here. Ted Davies Artistry. Hey, Clyde. And excuse me. And Charles F. Millhouse. Great show last night. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. And thank you for participating. And it is good because we have great audience participation on that show. I will. Ted made a comment last night that he sees himself as a facilitator on his show, and I see myself as the same way. It's you guys that make it amazing. You get some fantastic questions. Thank you very much for hanging out with us last night. We had a great time, Ted and I, and we'll do it again. Ted's going to be asked back, I guarantee. And Brian Rodman says, good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermore. It's good to see you, BrianRodman.com. Let us attack the Humpty Humps with victorious victory, seeking tenacity and get through the gloomy gloom dooms of the week. Let's get this party started. All right, that's what I love to see. And don't forget the Dastardly Dingoes, one of the best great stuff. All right, you guys do some good work. You really do. I'm proud of you guys. And Amy Hill, good morning, everyone. Amy, mwah, to you. Love you, hon. Hope everything's going well. And warning, comedic gold posts incoming. Whoa, brace yourself, people. The humor is on its way. And Cameron Christopher Bain says, good morning. Good morning to you, Cameron. Glad to see you here. And good morning, Amy, says Charles F. Millhouse. And Carl Wisman says, I put a like over on Geek Insider, too, while I was in the wrong room. Excuse me. Well, I'm sure Geek Insider appreciates it. I know I do. And I like seeing, I want to see the numbers rise in Geek Insider, too, if we can. But they've got a variety of really terrific geek shows. What is it? Geeky, Cheeky, and Downright Freaky. I love that show. That is a great show with Meredith Logren and Matthew Harris. But yeah, give that a like, too, because I want to justify my presence there. I keep telling them when I only had like 100 subscribers, I kept asking Meredith Logren, it's like, am I pulling my weight around here? She's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Then all of a sudden I have 400 subscribers and I'm like, holy cats, maybe I am. So I feel better about myself, but also please check out our Rising Tide Publications channel on YouTube. If you have not subscribed, please do. It helps us, excuse me, so very much. And give the video a like if you would, please. But liking and subscribing really helps this channel out a lot because we also, because of Clever Title Pending, we host Ted Davies. We hope that'll carry over to him getting some new subscribers. And this week we're going to have, excuse me, frog in my throat, terrible. Jeffrey Hayes will be on this coming Tuesday of Plasma Fire Graphics. That's going to be fun. And then to close out the year, on December 22nd, we're going to revisit imposter syndrome, and we're going to discuss that. A lot of creatives suffer from that, some to a debilitating degree. It is, it and depression are probably the two main ailments that many of us, and I include myself in that, have. But hopefully, we can show everyone that. One, you're not the only one who feels that way. Two, I'm not saying you shouldn't feel that way. It's a good way to stay humble, but by the same token, you shouldn't let it stop you. You shouldn't let it hold you back. And we're going to have a great panel. It's going to include Carl Witzman, Amy Hale, and John C. Bruning will make his return. He and I were talking about when he was on Clever Title Pending a couple weeks ago. We were talking about that show, and he said, "Sign me up for that." And I said, "Okay," and I did it before he came to his senses. Also that day, at 11 a.m. on Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube, he's going to have an interview live at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, December 22nd with me. And we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a great, great show. And then on Tuesday, the 29th, we're going to close out the year on Clever Tile Pending with, we're going to look back at 2020. How was our business affected by the events of 2020? How did we get through it? And what are we doing to position ourselves for a triumphant 2021? And we have got a true all-star panel. I'm not joking when I say that. We've got Donna Carleen is going to be there, as well as the great Kathy Jackson, and Michaela Jade, author Michaela Jade, will be joining us, and Luke Stone, the writer and illustrator of one of my favorite comic series of the year, Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. Check out his trade paperback. He's mailing them out, and hopefully he'll have some for sale. Check out LukeStoneStudios.com, also on Facebook. All right, so anyway, thank you, Carl, for putting a like there, too. And from Joe Dog, welcome to the Dutch Oven of Comedy. That's right. So pinch your nose and dive under, hashtag under the sheets. And let's get this going. And Trevor Hawkins is ready to party with us. Howdy, y'all. Howdy to you, Trevor. Hope you're having a great morning. And there he is, Christian Basil. Arise, Wednesday Morris monster. Arise, fly over thy hump. Hashtag under the sheets of this horrendous day. Hashtag catfisting all your enemies as you end their reign of terror and fly to the land of hashtag dino porn. Well, we've got all of the major building blocks of the human psyche there. So anyway, Christian, good to see you, man. And also don't forget, every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Central, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, which is an amazing show that we love, and we've been on it a couple times. But if you love Doctor Who, and let me take this down for total effect here, if you love Doctor Who, then look what you're going to love next.
This is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
From Hartnell to McCoy, from McGann to Whitaker, whatever your Dr. Jam is, Christian Basil loves talking about, and we love listening. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS just passed 43,000 likes on Facebook. Please go to that page and become one of them, and you too can become part of the legend. Anyway, thank you, Christian. You are amazing. And here we go. Brian Westlaw says, please check out this great book by Pat Shand and Amy Shand, Thirsty, a not safe for work graphic novel. They just won me over. By a Kickstarter. Please check out that Kickstarter campaign there. And check out Kickstarter. They've got a lot of great projects going on. Right now, Mike Barron, who should be a familiar name to comic fans, is publishing a brand new novel featuring his great comic character, the Badger. He is a former Vietnam vet with PTSD that has manifested itself in multiple personalities, one of whom thinks it's a superhero. It's really fun. It was a great comic book title, one of my favorites. He recently published a book featuring Nexus, another great character he created with Steve Rude. And I've yet to tear into that, but I've pledged to the Badger book, and I think you should too. Also, check out this not safe for work graphic novel they've got me now called Thirsty. All right, and give it some support. Also, don't forget Reels and Heels Saturday at 2:15 p.m. on Facebook. And Kelly Austin, thank you for your great questions last night. Kelly, so glad to see you. Good morning, all. Wonderful salutations to you, Brian, this fine morning. The very same to you, Kelly Austin of Pulp Reality #1. I just wanted to shout out to those who have yet gone to Brian's Patreon page, where you can get exclusive content not yet available. I'm glad I signed up. Thank you, hon. Thank you. You won't be let down, I promise. Whether it's $1 or more, please support him and other writers so we can ensure that your hard-earned money is spent for quality books for you to enjoy. A kind word, honest critique, or buying finished works means you're doing something. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you so much. And in case you're wondering what she is talking about there, let me illuminate things for you. We do have a Patreon page. Thank you, Kelly, for that segue. Where every month we offer a whole bunch of really cool things, we think. For $1, your name will get mentioned on every episode of our broadcast, and we have, in fact, we'll show you. Here are some of the people, and Kelly is a brand new one. I haven't had time or taken the time yet to put her name on here, but this broadcast is brought to you by Nevermorians, just like you. Like Cindy Cap, Jeffrey Hayes, John B. Pica, Brian Rodman, Tina McInnery, and Renmelian, who is awesome. Anyway, please check it out. And also Kelly Austin is one of my new supporters too. And thank you so much, Kelly. And Joe McKeel, thank you for sharing this video. He's one of my supporters too. I thank you, Joe Dog. You're the best. And these guys and gals here are the best too. And what Patreon is, for those of you who do not know, is once a month you are you subscribe to what I do creatively. And for $1, like I said, you get mentioned in every episode of everything I do, whether it's a video or a live broadcast. For $5 a month, you can get advanced peeks at my work. And right now we are doing a flash fiction first draft novel, tentatively called Ebony Terror, but we are changing the title. And it's a story of superheroes in World War II and crime and intrigue and people beating each other up in chemicals. Anyway, it's turning out to be a fun experiment so far in writing, and you're getting to see the first draft. And I don't show my first drafts to even my wife. So you guys are getting quite the treat there, I hope. But anyway, you also get a voice in how the story goes. We welcome your opinion, and also my supporters will be mentioned in a special page in my book, as long as you're an active supporter. Also, what else we got going? Oh, and for $10, and we're still working on this. We really have an idea of what we want to do, but we're offering some of our products, such as our books, in PDF form that we've still yet to stock that level. I have been falling behind in that, but we're going to stock that. We're going to put our works up on that page for you to enjoy in PDF form. And that's for $10 a month, but any and all amounts are appreciated. And it's your way to show support for Rising Tide on an ongoing basis. And Christian Basil, hello, fellow Nevermorians. What to you, Christian? How are you? And Kelly, I love you. Thank you for being there. And also check out, we had a special Pulp Reality clever title pending last week with Kelly Austin. She is adorable and wonderful. It also has Charles F. Milhouse and Bobby Nash on it. So how can you resist? Please check it out in our back catalog on YouTube. And there's a new cover coming for Captain Hawkland and the Subterranean Empire. I never liked the original one. And a cover reveal Friday. Check it out. Check out Charles F. Milhouse Presents page on Facebook. An amazing, great page about a great writer there. And he also lets you promote your stuff too. So check it out. And let's see here. We just shot past a whole bunch of comments. Between me and the info dump on the StreamYard, we are screwed. Anyway, your Thursday morning just got better. Ted and Carl's Cigar Show is live. Coffee, pairing, and cigars. Yes, that's one thing I've learned about cigars is that you can pair it with certain drinks. Sometimes it's a matter of dipping the cigar in the drink so it influences the cigar taste, or you have it alongside as a compliment. And I will check that out. That sounds highly entertaining and informative. And hey, Brian, my book is live on Amazon.com for those that like a little romance and angst. And who doesn't like that? That describes my single days in a sentence there. But check it out. Kelly, if you want to put a link to your book, please do. Don't hesitate, all right? And Brian K. Morris, thank you for an amazing interview last night. It was a privilege. The privilege was mine, Ted Davies. Check out Ted Davies' artistry everywhere. If you find him there, then subscribe, like, share. All right. But Ted, you were fantastic. I had a blast, and you will be tapped again to do the show. I promise. And wah, 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 wah. A quote from Charlie Brown's teacher. Probably mine too in grade school. Wah, 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 wah. And anyway, Christian Basil says, I was interviewed by Ted. It felt kind of good. Is this going to mean that you're going to be like pointing at things? Like, where did the cigar smoking man touch you, sort of thing? If so, I want to watch. Anyway, Joe Dog is being laughed by Christian Basil. As are we all, but in a loving way. Christian says, Clyde Hall, the holiday legend of the traveling TARDIS photos have been wonderful. Yeah, I've been digging those too. Those are really nice. And Christian says, Clyde Hall, thanks, man. Tons more to come on the legend of the traveling TARDIS. Yes, Brian, this is where you can promote the legend of the traveling TARDIS's hashtag 25 days of Christmas, hashtag 25 days of who-ness. All right. And you celebrate your advent in all phases of space and time with the legend of the traveling TARDIS, hashtag become part of the legend. And there he is, John B. Pica at the back of the cereal box. Good morning, Moldyverse. Good morning to you, John B. Pica. JohnPica.com for all this amazing man does. And also check him out on he's also on Patreon. Check out what he does. He's a very creative guy. He's got tons of content on Patreon. I haven't even gotten through it all. It's so extensive. It's amazing. And Teresa Dunn says, now that Thanksgiving is over, here is something else to be thankful for. Her books, Poetry Expressions and Poetry Expressions 2. Both would make great Christmas presents for a loved one or a friend. Check them both out on Amazon under the name Teresa D. Dunn. That's her pen name. And check out her books. They are fantastic poetry books. And Trevor Hawkins, don't forget to like this show on YouTube, saying it so all can avoid the wrath of the dark mistress of the Church of the Rising Tide, Sarah. Sarah, we hope you're recuperating this morning. We hope you're feeling better. And Trevor, thank you for stepping in. And I'm sure you will wield her paddle and cat of nine tails with style. And Grant Lankard, Ballroom Blitz is my karaoke song. I love that song. And, you know, was it last year, the original bass player, Steve Priest, passed away. I noticed that he had written it. I'm going to try to get a copy of it sometime soon. But I noticed he wrote an autobiography, and he came up with the perfect title for his autobiography. Are you ready, Steve? I love that. I just thought that was brilliant. But I've been exploring a lot more videos of Sweet, and I saw one where he was prepping for an appearance on Top of the Pops, I think it was, and they were doing a sound check, and he was just running up and down the bass, up and down the neck of his bass, and just playing these what could have been an amazing solo. He was quite a talented musician. Alfred Pennyworth, good morning, Heather Ellen and Clyde Hall and Teresa Dunn and all you wonderful Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Alfred. Hope you're having a great morning. And Rick Bradley, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning, Rick Bradley. And hashtag like my algorithm, says Christian Basil. He has huge throbbing algorithms. And Carl Westman says only two persons right now who would get the wrath, Trevor. Okay, people, you know who you are. Please give this video a like and subscribe and share if you would, please. It is a total help, and my gratitude is boundless. Brian Wensoff, imagine a date that ends with an enlightening discovery behind your date's closet door. Imagine a sex shop of the future where you can customize your desires. Imagine a woman setting out to create her own sexy videos on a quest to find just the right partner for the job. Imagine a late-night drive in a car designed to read your deepest fantasies. Oh, imagine how the temperature of this room has gone up several degrees. And excellent, Carl, says Trevor Hawkins. He is excellent, Carl. That was his name during his stripper days. And Brian Rodman says, tonight, the Dastardly Dingoes goes live at 6:30 p.m. We will be live right here on Facebook and YouTube with some awesome guests, including the King of Fesses himself, the BKM. Also, we'll have Stephanie Menard, Andrew Morris, and Chad Nuss will be joining us for our holiday special, where we will be discussing our favorite unconventional Christmas movies, traditions, and much, much more. So head on over to the Dastardly Dingoes podcast and prepare yourself for the shenanigans at 6:30 Eastern. I will be there. I will be so ready to be there, Brian Rodman. I am so looking forward to that. And thank you. And I'm with some fast company there, man. Thank you, Brian. And check out the backlog of videos for the Dastardly Dingoes. They are on YouTube as well. And you will be incredibly entertained. These guys are terrific. Brian and Jeremy put on one heck of a great show. And Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay, who also puts on a great show, says, I ditched the Magi name because come to find out Magi were evil in the Bible, and girls like young dashing illusionists Name Jake Lindsay. There you go, brother. There you go. And that's the way to market. And Christian Basil, there are more than 2 Brian K. Morrises, and you screwed yourself? I've been told to do that for years. I just thought, no, actually, I had 2 accounts, and I was building one. And I had a blog that I'd actually done every weekday for 4 months. And I was looking towards with the goal of monetization. And then I was trying to kill the one I had already. And I accidentally killed the one I was building. And that was really discouraging. But anyway, we bounced back and we decided then to build this one back up. And we're grateful we did. And thank you, everyone, again, for your help in my doing so. Again, please check us out on YouTube and give our videos a like and subscribe to the channel. We are 412 strong and moving on up. And Brian Westloff continues. These 4 comics drawn by some of comics' top talent make up for the spiciest graphic novel you'll read this year. If you're a fan of comics like Sunstone or Smut Peddler, there's a name you'll love. Thirsty's hilarious, emotional, exciting, character-driven erotica. Thirsty is a 56-page graphic novel from the team that brought you Destiny, New York, Prison Witch, and more. We are a writer team and married couple Pat Shand and Amy Shand, and this is our 17th Kickstarter. Well, good for you. Now put in a link to it. Put in a link and so people can get there. And there may be 2 accounts called Brian K. Morris, but he is definitely one of a kind. Grant Lankard, we can only hope I'm one of a kind. The idea of a second one of me is too frightening to contemplate. John B. Pica, good to have you here, sir. Jake Lindsay, being a magician is the best way to repel women. Yeah, it's not like you're playing bass or something, right? It's not like you're the drummer in the band. I don't know. Tell them you're a writer. That will send them screaming in terror. Anyway, morning, Christian and Trevor, and anyone else I miss. And good morning again, Grant, because you deserve to be greeted too. And morning, Grant, says Trevor Hawkins. See, I told you. Christian Basil says, Grant, morning, and so true to one Brian. Thank God. Yeah, really. More than one of me. My spine is doing implements at the very thought of it. And Jake says, I'm not a magician. I'm an illusionist. There we go. And Todd Rundgren is a wizard and a true star. Kelly Siebel, there is that link right there. Very good, Kelly. Very, very good. All right, please check out that book. And Jessica Brienne, good morning, Brian. Jessica, how are you? Good morning to you, darling. Hope you're having a great hump day today, and hope the rest of your week looks even better. Good to have you here. I haven't talked to you in ages, it seems like. And Trevor Hawkins, Carl, I have a suggestion for the Dark Church. Talk to Brian about it already. The church needs an e-meter, and we could name it the Tide Marker. Yeah, see, just like the other fake religions, we'll have like a battery powered instrument that measures your faith. See, there we go. And I think, and I was thinking about it later, Trevor, if we can make it vibrate a little, that'd probably be very attractive. But anyway, Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay says at midnight the 31st we're gonna. Is this a young person thing? We're gonna? Okay. And anyway, Kelly Burton Siebold says, man, I hope I did that link right. The name is Shattered by Kelly Siebold. Actually, here's what you do, Kelly. I create, for long addresses like that, I go to bit.ly.com. Do a search for bit.ly. And you can create shortened versions of your addresses. Such as the one you see across the screen for the Rising Tide newsletter, which I hope you all will sign up for. Because we got all kinds of cool, unique videos, unique to that newsletter that don't get seen by the general public. So you get you get an inside glimpse into what we've got going on. But let's see what else. But yeah, you can also, I believe it's in your paperbacks, or no, excuse me, it's definitely in your ebook. But it's basically the www.amazon.com. Then there's like a GP, I think, / the GP, and then what's your ASIN number. And if you just take the ASIN number on everything to the left, you put that in, and that should take you directly to your book. So that's just a little help I learned. And sorry, didn't mean to send that. Well, if you could provide a translation, Gospel Illusionist, that would help. And Trevor Hawkins, when members please us, the marker is raised. That's what we're calling it now. And is that Brian's internet, or is it mine that's acting up? I'm not sure. I can't see what I'm doing. Let's see. But the thing is, if it's internet, I can't do a thing about it. So let's see. What have we got there? Nope. It looks like there's something in the middle of the comments, but I can't tell what that is. It may be StreamYard. I've been having a little difficulty with it this morning, but it's Brian's. I don't know about that because usually when it's my internet, my image is fuzzy, but the text in the front that comes via StreamYard is good. So it's StreamYard this morning. It ain't my fault. So there. And whoa, YouTube just went potato. And no, Trevor, it's not me. It's not me. No, seriously, because I'm looking and okay, now it's cleared up. It looks to be cleared up. But anyway, no, it wasn't me this time. Ha ha ha, smarty pantses. Anyway, Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay says at midnight the 31st, we're all going to yell Jumanji. Darn right. And we're toying with the idea. Don't hold me to it, but we may do a New Year's Eve show. We might just. Depends on how I feel. And Carl Witzman says, thanks, Trevor, but I don't know what an e-meter is. Oh, it's kind of like when you measure Zemu, see how much alien DNA you've got inside you. This is supposedly the machine that does it. And Trevor's trying to make us as fake a religion as possible. And it's used in Scientology. That's right. And you spelled it wrong on purpose. Okay, cool. It's to determine the closeness to spiritual truth. And good morning, peoples. Good morning, the Eric Hawkins. How are you this morning, my friend? Hope all is well. And hoping you are well, too. Pops fan Zance with his great comics talk. What the hell is going down? How is Cookie? Well, nothing I've got's going down. And Cookie is charming and delightful. Thank you, Pops. I hope you're doing well. Hope the grandkids are doing well, too, and the whole family. Brian Rodman says, folks, head on over to brianrodman.com and check out Memoirs of an Angel, the horror fantasy comic book series about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings who race through time and space to rescue a broken witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It's like Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. Join the adventure today. Definitely check that out. That is a great, great comic book. I've been enjoying what I've read so far. And I love that tagline, Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. Oh, yeah. And Christian Basil says, spelled wrong on porpoise? What? And rising in Greek and cider? That just sounds wrong. Doesn't it, though? That's what makes it so enticing. So, yeah, we're proud to be geek inside her. Anyway, I'm such a juvenile. And Carl Wisman, he spelled that competing fake religion wrong so they can't sue him to death. Yeah, or put rattlesnakes in my post box or whatever. And Grant Lankard, I found a bunch of comic books I made when I was a kid, and going through them has been bittersweet because I still haven't become a world famous comic book creator like I assumed I would as a kid. Hey, I'm in my mid 60s and I'm still not a household name yet either, dude. So adjust, right? Cope and adjust. No. There is a great play called Title of Show. I love the soundtrack. But one of the closing songs is something to the effect of I'd rather be 8 people's number one actor than 100 people's 8th favorite actor. It's a great song. And I figure I've got a great group of people that like and appreciate my work and purchase my work, and everything else after that is gravy. So I've heard it said best that we create because we have to, and I don't care if I get famous. I'd like to get wealthy, but I need a new car. But anyway, just go for the act of creation and law of attraction, everything else, and stay on the rising tide. Everything else will happen and it'll be good. And your interviews with artists Stephen Burks and Ted Davies were so good, I'm going to have to set my hair on fire to measure up since Jeffrey Hayes. Well, I'll have the fire extinguisher ready for Tuesday, December 15th, which is what Cookie and I call our anniversary. We celebrate our wedding anniversary on the 15th of every month. That way we get 11 more chances to go out to eat. But we'll have to figure out what we're doing that day. She's busy. She's ignoring me. Good. Anyway, but no, you're going to be fantastic, dude. I saw you on Stupid O'Clock. I am anticipating greatness, and everyone else should too. So check out Jeffrey Hayes coming this coming Tuesday on Clever Title Pending. All right. And Carl Witzman says it's not at all like our fake religion. Ours is fun. And the Ninja Genko says Santa Stein sounds so interesting. You know, I'm glad you said that, Ninja. Thank you for being here. And thank you for that comment from YouTube. It is a funny book. It is laugh out loud funny. It is, a book that's good all year round, not just the holidays or Halloween, but all year round. It'll make you laugh whenever. But I'm only going by what other people tell me. Okay. So anyway, yeah, honestly, this is the truth, Ninja. I have sold copies of this book with the great T. Hawkins cover. This is sold in 6 different countries, and I'm being bootlegged in Russia and China. So evidently I've become Grant. See, this is what you can aspire to. I am now so much of an influencer, I'm worth stealing from. So anyway, no, it's a great book. I'm very proud of it. You can get it for $20 on Amazon, or from me if you contact me via Facebook Messenger, and I will autograph my copy to you. Also, you can get it in ebook if you have if you dig the Kindle kind of thing. So anyway, thank you to Ninja Genko, and thank you for being here. Grant Lankard, I sent Eric Larson a Savage Dragon comic book I made when I was 12, and I still haven't heard back from him. Well, you see, that's the thing. These guys are busy. And even at my level, Grant, I can't do more than briefly react to people. And you can imagine somebody who is as popular as Eric Larson is, how little time he's got for that. And we've had this discussion before. A lot of these people that have accounts like on social media don't run them. They're not all run by the person behind it. They hire people to do it and maintain their social standing, because a lot of these guys are busy working. And if it's a choice between working and making money and hanging out, most people, unless you write The Amazing Spider-Man for 10 years, they are going to they're going to be doing the work. So, and I get it. I can't do deep interaction with everyone that writes me, even at my level, such as it is. I try to keep up on it, but I don't have time for, like, when people say, "Hey, Brian," and I'm not picking on anyone here. Because I used to do it too. But, you say, "Hi, Brian," and that's all. It's like I'm not online any more than I have to be, because I probably spend more time doing this than I do hanging out online the rest of the day. I will reply to just about everything I'm sent, but sometimes it's no more than just a thumbs up or an emoji. Whereas I don't have time to get into deep conversations with a lot of people, unless I think you got promise, or you're a good friend, that sort of thing. So don't be surprised. I mean, I've sent things to people who aren't even household words and they don't reply back. And I don't figure it's because they're rude. I figure they're just busy as hell. So who knows? And anyway, Grant, I liked the thing you posted yesterday for the Kubert School thing. That was interesting. That was really quite interesting. And whatever you guys do, don't watch the live Grinch musical tonight. It's horrible, says Jake Lindsay. Well, if it's live, how do you know it's horrible? Are you precognizant or what? Give it a chance. It might be good. I don't know anything about it since I don't watch TV anymore. Clyde Hall says, please check out Pulp Reality #1 and leave a review on Amazon. I'm not only enjoying it, I have a story in it, and the Ted Davies art in it pops. And it's got a really great list of contributors. In fact, let me take down the comment here for a moment. And so you all can get to see this in all its glory. And by the way, this trailer was put together by Plasma Fire Graphics. They can do one for you too.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
Doesn't that look good? And it's the only place in the world where, of course it's alphabetical, but the only way in the God's green earth I will ever be listed before the great Bobby Nash. Anyway, but no, check out that talent. Check out the great stories in there. I've got a story in there, illustrated by Stephen Burks, that I am very, very happy with, very proud of. So check out Pulp Reality #1, available now on Amazon in paperback form. Carl Witzman continues, don't feel that way, Grant. I was not a world-famous psychologist, but I talked so many people off the ledge. So find your silver lining. There you go. There you go. And real questions with real answers. That's what we try to supply here. Even if we have to make up the questions and the answers. And Kilroy was here in 1942. Don't you start with me, Carl. And Morning Brian says, Joe D. McPhee, hope you've been checking out the pencils I've been doing. I have, Joe. I seriously have. I'm glad you brought that up. You've been posting some really quality stuff. Check out being really good. There's Clyde Hall. Just finished a horror short story this week for Stormgate Press's Tales of the Weird and Strange #2. No, it's not about me. And started working on a horror audio drama script for a contest in January. Clyde, you were on fire, brother. And plus, I have a story that is going to go into the Doc Saga book once I finally get down to editing it again. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. Anyway, Grant Lankard says, I wish that I had ignored people who told me that you can't make money in comic books. I ended up getting an office job that was neither creatively nor financially rewarding. Yeah, that's the problem. Now, that's the thing. You can make money in comic books. I wouldn't count on it. Because the truth is, Grant, there are people working full-time in comics that also have second jobs. For either benefits or just to maintain their style of living. I know of one writer who came off of a several-year run on one of the Big Two's most popular character, if not the most popular character, and he still kept his teaching job. Okay? So just letting you know. Like I said, if you're doing the creativity thing just for money, you may be setting yourself up for disappointment. But if you put in the work and invest the time and the networking and surround yourself with the right people and good friends, it's worth it. It is worth it. And money is nice, but I don't think it should be primary motivation for doing what we do. I agree that with somebody, we do this because we have no other choice. We've got to create. And now we have the opportunities to get it out there. So, but you just got to do everything you can and, treat it like it's your A job. You really do. And maybe one day it will be. And exactly, Carl, says Trevor Hawkins. Yes. And Brian and Jeremy's Dastardly Dingoes interview with Christian was really awesome. Check it out. Thank you, Jeffrey Hayes. Thank you for mentioning that. Well, 3 great people that taste great together. I've got to retry that again. I'm going to take another running start of that. Well, Grant, it pays to have a day job for a while to pay the bills, but don't let the passion die. Listen to Ted Davies. Follow his teaching. Seriously. And Ted Davies was an architect, and now he is a highly respected comic book creator and content creator. So, and you may find that your passion lies in other fields. Like I'm finding I like broadcasting. Not as much as I like writing, but I do enjoy broadcasting. So interesting. You were a psychiatrist before retiring. Now you listen to people like me complain for free. Oh, you wait till the bill comes in, pal. Anyway, all month long, Alfred Pennyworth's 40-page book of celebrity drawings is $15. He really appreciates the people who bought copies already and left reviews. So get your copy in time for Christmas. And there is the link for that. Thank you for posting that, Alfred. And when you put my name up for being a Patreon, just signed up. Oh, make sure it says the Eric Hawkins. Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. And I'm going to return the favor. Eric Hawkins has a Patreon page too. I've got to, let's see, I got the E. Hawkins Patreon. All right. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. And got something else to do that I didn't do. All right. Write that down. We'll get it done today. We won't work in the basement today. So anyway, yes, the Eric Hawkins. We got to redo that card. We've got to redo that card, and I will see that you were on it, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that, Eric, so much. And Carl Wisman, yeah, Grant, it's probably just a hobby now. I no longer get paid to get nosy into people's lives. That's right. So you mean I've been giving you money for revealing all my twisted sexual drives? Okay, cool. Anyway, I sometimes do ride sharing, says Grant Lankard. It's kind of like being an amateur psychiatrist. I know about to have a psych session when the customer says, "Take me to the liquor store." Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's you've got one there. Retail was the same way with me. I don't know what it is. I learned more about people doing retail. Where somehow some people come in and think I'm the father confessor or something. And we are all psychiatrists, as someone else said sometime or another. And 10 says, Rick Bradley, I downloaded those 2 apps you recommended last night and will play around with them this week. Thank you. Good, Rick. I expect to see greatness in your broadcasting, sir. And Grant, we're having a group therapy session in the humor group this Friday, says Carl Winston. It's the Green Room at 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, Grant, show up for that, man. If you are unoffendable, this is the place to be. It's a lot of fun. And same thing says John Pike. That's right. And nice, Carl. And is it on YouTube? No, it's on Facebook. But on the Secret Humor page. If you aren't a member already, Grant, let me or Carl or Donna Carl or Carlene know. She's Donna Carlene on Facebook. Let one of us know and we'll invite you in, okay? 8 months ago, says Brian Wensloff, my friend who is very connected in Hollywood told me that a live-action Spider-Verse was coming. Well, with the news of Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro, Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus, and now Andrew Garfield back as Spider-Man, Disney Sony is going to bring something big December 21st, 2021. Very cool, very cool. That should be a lot of fun. And Into the Spider-Verse was a great, great movie. I really enjoyed it. I don't agree with that, John B. Pica. I love magic and magicians. Or should I say, I love magic and magicians. All right, there we go. And Brian K. Morris, I did drop the link. Okay, good for you. Okay, cool. Well, then it must not have shown up. Well, if it's there and it's not showing up on my screen, then maybe it's wherever you left it, okay? And couldn't stand Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, says Rick Bradley. I hope they have Spider-Man 2029, though. Ooh, that would be cool. I want Spider-Ham. I love Spider-Ham. And thanks, Brian. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate you being here and appreciate you dropping the link there. Feel free to do that anytime. And Facebook, Grant in the humor group. I'll post about it later. Cool. Carl says, Grant Lankard feeling his horizons opening up and wondering about his life choices right now. And Jessica Brienne says, virtual learning with my spawn has sadly kept me from attending much of your podcast. It's nice when I can catch it. Well, it's great to have you here. It seriously is, Jessica. And good on you and your spawn there. Way to go. A lot of parents are being pretty much forced into becoming homeschool teachers these days, but I'm always excited by that because my mother homeschooled me. Back when I was a very, very wee pervert, I lived down in the country and we didn't have busing, and and the school system I was part of didn't require kindergarten or any sort of preschool at that time. So my mom taught me how to read and various other skills that, when I hit the first grade, finally, I hit the ground running. So this is good stuff. And it's a good way I think it's a good way to bond with your child. I think my mother and I became closer, from that time on. Brian Wenslow says Tobey Maguire is coming back too. Oh, I've been hearing rumors about that. I'm glad to see that may be happening. And Jake's a charismatic guy. I don't think it matters whether women like magicians or not. That's true. Well, look at who David Copperfield married. Just saying. He didn't exactly punch below his weight class, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Rick Bradley, I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I do too. He was fantastic. I love the Sam Raimi movies, even the third one. I can't see a thing I'm doing. That's what she said. Thank you, Carlene. And Carl Witzman mocks her with his laughter. And Facebook is perfectly clear. No problems on my end. Brian, you were as clear as a bell. I was, probably the sound and video quality were fine. I'm glad to say. Maybe it's something with YouTube. I don't know. And I did see a little fuzziness on the comment area when I checked in Facebook, just when you mentioned that. But anyway, Jody McPhee, hey Pops, everyone loves Pops, but Van Zandt, and congratulations again on CromCon 9. That was a great experience. Had a lot of fun. And the e-meter, says Rick Bradley, determines how gullible you are and how much money you need to spend for spiritual awakening. Now, Carl, are we interested? And Charles F. Milhall goes, yep. And the Eric Hawkins goes, speaking of Mike Barron, check out Monster Hunt with Mike Barron's Nexus, Doug TenNaples' Bigfoot Bill, and Mike Miller's Lone Star. Ooh, I may have to look that up because I'm a huge Nexus fan. I think it's one of the best science fiction comics ever. I love that so much. And this past Sunday, my church, a new rendition of a Christmas classic, Silent Night, says Brian Rodman. It is honestly one of the best Christmas songs I've ever heard. The song takes place at 2:24:48 in the video. Check it out and get caught up in the Christmas spirit. Thank you for sharing that with us, Brian Rodman. Maybe we need one of the Nevermind the Furthermores. Let me check my calendar here. We will be doing oh man, I didn't realize, I forgot, Christmas is on a Friday this year. We might wind up doing a Nevermind the Furthermore if people would like it. And maybe we'll make it that we share the joys of the day, whether it's a video or a book that inspires us, maybe even the good book. But let's really be positive on Christmas Day. All right. If people would be willing to endure me on the holiday. Christian Basil says their religion, we have a Hulk. Our response, we have a dark mistress. We win, Christian. We so win. And Kelly Austin says, Brian, a question. I have an answer. Whether it's the right one or not is anyone's guess. In your opinion, how many supporting characters can you have along with the main character in a story before it gets bogged down to a point where the main character gets lost and the story is in danger? That's an excellent question. And I think it's going to depend on the skill of the writer. Look at something like the movie Independence Day, where you had a number of really strong supporting characters, but you never lost sight of Will Smith. So I think as long as you keep in mind that your protagonist, your chief protagonist, when it all comes down at the end, I like to see the protagonist, like with every advantage taken away, beaten down on their last legs. That's when the spotlight needs to shine on. But you need to keep that. I think you need to keep that primary person in, in the focus, as the main focus of your story. But by the same token, I think you can fill in with as many supporting characters as you like. But if you feel it's too unwieldy, see if you can't combine some of them. Just a thought. But no, it's an excellent question, Kelly. That is a fantastic question. And there's Rick Welchins. Rick, good to see you, brother. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Good to have you back. Rick is a great actor, former president of the Danville Light Opera in Danville, Illinois, and a good friend. Glad to see you. Cookie and I send our love. And their court painter is a genius. I will agree with that, Trevor Hawkins. He is truly a genius. And they were leaking videos. Is the person who plays the Grinch was arrested a while back. I don't know what that has to do with the quality of the show. I mean, Paul Rubens was arrested. He's done some fantastic acting since then. And if they have served their time, the Bible talks all about forgiveness. If they have paid their debt to society, I don't see why not. And I like I said, I don't know who this is. I don't know who is in the show or anything. This is the first actually I've heard about. That's how out of touch I am with TV. Let's see. Oh, and we only need one altar boy. Well, our altar boy doesn't need the competition either. So, right, honey?
Right.
See, Cookie agrees. Thus it is so. And Carl, and let's see, here we go. StreamYard, you're not helping. Anyway, Carl Westman, I seem to recall Jesus being arrested. Oh, that's true. And yeah, look what happened there. Carl Westman says, just saying, just because a person gets arrested doesn't mean that they are totally evil. That is, yeah, there are. And how many people in Hollywood or even in the field of entertainment have been arrested? Johnny Cash springs to mind. He had a criminal record. I think Jerry Lee Lewis, Paul McCartney has been arrested. Keith Richards, and I wouldn't call any of them evil. It's tough to say how many. How many, if we count parking tickets, then I'm probably the most overtime parking tickets. And I'm the most vile man in the recorded history. I paid for the Palmer Center in Danville. I for years, I worked and, partied in Danville, just never paid attention to the meters. And then I started adding up how many parking fines I'd been paying. I thought I better clean up my act. So I did. I've been pretty good about it ever since. But yeah, you're totally right. Arrest doesn't mean they are evil, and it doesn't. And I found out some really awesome news when I used to be 245. I'm now 238. Well, congratulations, Jake. That is tough. Dieting is tough to do, man, and that is good progress. I'm proud of you. And I see my next comment here, so I gotta get ready for him. My buddy Larry, Rebel Gaming, show you the money. This is it, man. Here is the money. Years and years of comic publishing has led to this, young man. See what you have to look forward to. Oh, yeah. Here is the money. Anyway, Rebel Gaming, check them out on the YouTube. I always try to pop in, and if you see suddenly your likes gonna go up by one, Larry, it's me, brother. Anyway, check it out. Check out Niobe Comics. Great stuff from this man here. Rebel Gaming, it is good to have you here. You've just made my morning. And Grant in Credicat is so funny. Just about right, says Carl Witzman. And good morning, Brian and Nevermorians from Bill Sarden. Good to see you, my friend. I have a question for everyone. What are you most thankful for at this time? I think that we all need to hear something morally and spiritually uplifting right now. I'm thankful you found a new place to live, Bill. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for, the usual staples of life: roof, food, good friends, a platform to mouth off on that's appreciated by people, ability to create. I've got so many blessings. I may be looking at an auto repair in my immediate future, and I'm not even sweating it. So it's all good. So yeah, list your blessings, people. List your blessings. Seriously, that's always a good thing to remember, Bill. Whether it's in late November or in the middle of July, it's always good to remember our blessings. And here's another one of mine. Cindy Kemp, howdy y'all, howdy to you, darling. CKOEPP.com for the best newsletter in the industry, and also check out her work on Amazon and from BearPublications.com. Animal Eye, Condemned Courier, all kinds of cool stuff. In fact, it looks remarkably like this.
Author Cindy Kemp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kemp at CKOEPP.com today.
Sign up for that newsletter today and check out the work of Cindy Kemp. Good art on her covers, good writing, good concepts, good titles, good writer. Good Lord, why haven't you ordered any of that stuff already? Please check her out on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy. And Charles F. Millhouse says, I have a day job. love. It pays my bills, so I have electricity, so my computer will work. Hashtag must create. There you go. And Cindy Cap says, for much more fun, check out Smashwords. Why, that's my name there. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. And also amusing, and we mentioned Santa Stein. You can get Santa Stein, Volcana, Amazon reviews made less impossible, and other fine books by checking me out. Thank you, Cindy Kep. You're wonderful. And also check out Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockard, who is also incredible on Amazon. Also check out the Historical Fencing Guild that's coming Friday at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central on YouTube. He is awesome. The Eric Hawkins says, now I got to revisit my Patreon page and see how outdated it is, at least a year. I have been keeping up on mine. I've only been about 2 or 3 days behind on mine. And I hope my patrons will agree that I've been fairly good about keeping up on it. I've had a couple distractions, but we've been pretty good. I just realized I hadn't posted a chapter of Ebony Terror in a month and a half because I'm so involved in NaNoWriMo. But now we're going to make up for it. We are so far ahead with that book, thanks to National Novel Writing Month, that we are actually going to post 2 chapters a month, maybe more. And I'm also thinking after that, we're going to post some aquatic for your pleasure. And we also have episodes of the audiobook that are coming up, and great fun to be had by all. Check out Cindy Kep on Amazon, CKOEPP.com. And also, I just left a review for The Simple Sword. You should get one, read it, and leave a review too. Definitely. Grant Lacker says, I like when Brian tells stories from childhood because I picture a little kid with giant sideburns and a fez. Oh, I have had not giant sideburns, like a Naughty Holder, or someone like that, but I've had longer sideburns than I should. When I was in school, sideburns were not to reach the bottom of your earlobe. But I felt like such a rebel because I was in the senior year play, and I had to play the chief character's father. Because I always looked older than I was. Now I kind of look younger than I really am. It's kind of worked out now. But I got permission from the principal to grow a beard. So there are pictures of me in my senior high school pictures of me wearing a full beard. And I just, and everybody's like, how come you get to grow a beard and I don't? And I'm like, I got permission. I'm in the play. So I felt like a radical back then in the early 70s with that. And once I got out of school, I started growing a beard. I think I'd been in college about a month, and I thought, why am I shaving? I enjoyed having a beard. I thought I looked good with it, and so I grew it. And I kept it till about 20 years ago, and then my wife let me know she liked me clean shaven. She loves the sideburns too, though. So anyway, yeah, I should have worn a fez back then. That would have been good marketing, Grant. Why didn't I know you back then? Anyway, Cindy Cap. And if you need suggestions on writing a review, grab a copy of Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible. Thank you, Cindy. That book, it's $2.99 on Smashwords and on Amazon, and it will tell you why your reviews are so important to your favorite authors and how you can support them without joining their Patreon or liking their YouTube, although we do encourage that as well, of course. And also, check out Rebel Gaming. You need to do that and like them, and subscribe and share. But also, we provide a handy template that you can use to write quick, easy, and honest reviews. We don't need 4-star reviews or 5-star reviews. Actually, 4 stars help us too. A mixture of reviews make us look better. I tell this story often that someone was sharing a link to my Amazon, and this one person said, well, they've got nothing, but they've got like 7 reviews and they're all 5-star. He must have bought them all. And I never reply to detractors except this one case. It's a losing proposition to fight them. It's like that Mark Twain quote about arguing with an idiot that they'll drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. And I said, listen, if you know anything at all about buying reviews, which obviously you don't, do you think I'd have only bought 7? One, I'm smarter than to buy that few, and 2, I'm smarter than to buy any at all. That kind of shut her up. Anyway, Carl Wisman says, we have an F meter that's more appropriate for the rising tide. Probably so. It looks like my day is going to be free, says Joe Dog McKeel. Message me about an hour after the show and we can work on it. An hour after the show, actually, it's going to be more like 2 or 3 because I've got to get Cookie to work. I've got to make her lunch and everything. But I will, as soon as she's out of the house, I will definitely contact you, Joe Dog. Thank you. And no launch, Joe? Yeah, seriously. We're following that SpaceX launch. And Carl, yeah, Jesus was arrested before he was crucified. Judas sold Jesus to the king. I forgot his name. And the king arrested him. Yeah, and he has the best song in Jesus Christ Superstar. We'll get it. Anyway, so anyone can get arrested. It's true. Many people get arrested and they're not always guilty. Sometimes it's just to calm them down, get them out of the line of fire temporarily. But yeah, a number of celebrities with, positive careers. In fact, people who have gone on to do a lot of charitable work at one time or another have run afoul of the law. So, let's see. Oh, going way back. All right, there we go. Cindy Cap says Patreon is a great place to connect with your favorite artistic sorts, including Brian K. Morris, S.L. Rowland, Stephen Landry, Frozen Creek Studios, the League of Impossibilists, the Historical Fencing Guild, Eric Hawkins, Bobby Nash, and so many others. Definitely check those people out and please give them your support. It is greatly appreciative. And support your local sword master. That's why you should tune in. If you aren't going to be in the green room on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central, check out the Historical Fencing Guild because Nick Tockard makes me look like I've been shot with a rhino tranquilizer. He is high energy. And there he is. Ho, ho, ho. There he is, Captain Nice himself, Rick Murray. Good to see you, brother. Hope you are doing well. And don't forget to tip your host. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, we have a tip jar. Let me get that banner going here. Let's see. Here we go. And if you like what you see in here, please consider leaving a tip at paypal.me/risingtidebkm. All contributions will be privately and sincerely acknowledged. And we thank you for your consideration. Thank you, Cindy, for that. Thank you for reminding me to put that up. Eric Hawkins says, Charlie Cox has just been reported as signing up for Spider-Man 3. Oh, please be true. We need a good Daredevil. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, and what was it? What's his name? Back as J. Jonah Jameson at the end of the Avengers, I think it was. Man, whose pulse didn't start racing when you saw that, huh? And hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you, Cindy Kip. That's what we would like to see. And thank you also, Bill Sarn, for that sentiment. Now, as an answer for Kelly, says Charles F. Millhouse, you can have more than one protagonist, like in Dune. The story was about Paul Atreides, but Duke Leto, the Baron Harkonnen, and the Emperor have tight storylines. Well, that's true. That's true. Well, what is it? Lord of the Rings is another good example where you had Legolas, off on one adventure while Baggins and Samwise were off heading towards the volcano. So that's an excellent example, Charles. Very good. And good morning from Eric Siebold. Eric, it's good to see you, man. God bless you. Glad you're here, sir. And Carl is right, says Jeff Hayes. An arrest is a circumstance, not a reflection of a person's character. Yeah, exactly. And you could just make one brief mistake and wind up in the pokey. I mean, you mouth off to someone when you shouldn't. You do something is wrong, but you wind up doing it anyway or get caught doing it, you can be arrested. It's, and like I said, if they've served their debt to society, I can't get mad. I really can't. And, like I said, the Bible talks about forgiveness. It is it's a greatly prized commodity. And I figure if it's in that book mentioned a whole bunch of times about forgiveness, in fact, isn't the whole gospel about forgiveness of our sins? And it's not up to us to judge, Jake. Remember, the book is very clear about that only one person says that they will do the judging. And if we start to horn in on their game, that we might wind up getting judged. So something to ponder. Brian Rodman, there is a book I've been diving into the last couple of weeks to get me inspired. It's called Adorning the Dark. I like that title. By a musician author named Andrew Peterson. The book is all about using our creative talents to be a light in a dark world, and that there is a resistance trying to prevent creatives from accomplishing this goal. It's a fantastic book and so inspiring. Brian, I'm going to check that out. That because I have found that to be true. I mean, how many? I know I'm not the only one, but when I announced that I was going to, publish my first book, people told me I was nuts. People tried to tell me not to do it. They didn't, they had nothing invested in my doing so or not doing so, but they're trying to help, sort of malarkey. I found that when I published my first comic book, I found that all along the way there are always people saying, "Well, you shouldn't do that," or you're not helping anything by doing it. And I think the best thing we can do is not only to go ahead and be creative, but to show ourselves as successful as creatives, so that we can inspire others and we can shut these idiots up. Brian, that sounds fantastic. I'm going to have to remember that. And Carl Wisman says it could even be mistaken identity. And Trevor Hawkins says, "I'm blessed to know you, Brian." I'm blessed to know you too. Unless you're talking to Brian Rodman, in which case you're double blessed. But we're blessed to have you too, Trevor. You're amazing. And sorry about that, Carl. I honestly didn't realize that. That's true. That's true. And okay, Jake, just some jump to judge. Yeah. And Ted Davies says, "Rick Bradley, much success, bro." Seriously so. Yeah, you've earned it. And I was going to switch to watching on cell phone so I could make lunch while I watched, but I went downstairs and my wife was already making lunch. That's a blessing. Grant Lankert, that is a blessing. I'm always up for lunch. And City Cap is out of break, but if you haven't picked up your copy of Ursula 2 Into the Open or Condemned Courier, the Zon, is selling them at a discount. So check them out. It's a good way to get introduced to the amazing work of Cindy Cap. Thank you, Cindy, for being here. And thank you for last night. That's what she said. But anyway, thank you, Cindy. We love you, hon. I hope you have a great day. And that wife is a keeper, Grant, hides from Carly. Good idea, Carl. And Clyde Hall says, "Bill Sarton, though I don't get to watch your everyday Saturday shows often, I'm thankful for those vintage commercials you post each day. Great nostalgic moments always bring a smile." Jake Lindsay says, "I'm still learning not to judge. In all honesty, I'm learning still." Gospel illusionist Jake Lindsay, that's what this life is about. It's learning to evolve, learning to be a better person, assuming you want to make the effort, and it's clear you do. And I can be very judgmental too, and I can hold grudges like a SOB, but I'm trying to wean myself from that. And it's an ongoing process, and I appreciate the people that tell me that I need to clean up my act in those regards, and it's a good thing. And yay, thanks for playing Frozen Creek Studios promo. Yeah, that was a beauty promo there. They did good work on that. Brian Wensloff says, "Charlie Cox back as Daredevil in Spider-Man 3 next year. You just made some people very happy." And Eric Siebel had been working on my own book entitled The Journey to King Mountain, about a pastor who has lost his wife to a drunk driver and is on the edge of losing his faith, but a backpack trip changes all that. Backpack trip. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say this morning. I think I need more coffee. But that sounds good, Eric. Keep us posted on that, all right? And we all are, Jake. That is life, says Carl Witzman. Wisely said. And lurker mode engaged. Cindy Kip, love to have you lurking. It makes me happy. Bill Sarton says, "If you clicked on Sarnart 76 on Facebook last night after clever tile bending, you could have watched our tribute to John Lennon, seen the latest blast from my past sketches, and other far out and groovy things. So check out the artwork of Bill Sarton on Facebook, where everything old is new again." Very cool. Yes, yesterday was the 40th anniversary of the assassination of John Lennon. And it was a touching day, as Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr posted their ongoing love for John, and so did John's children. And Yoko Ono published her annual honor of John. It was a pair of round wire rim glasses like he wore, and one of the lenses is splattered in blood, and she has an ongoing count of people who were killed with handguns since the time John Lennon was killed. We're always spouting trivia on this show. We talk about John Lennon on this day, but Mark David Chapman, who will be up again for parole in 2022, and probably will never see the light of day again. he was a huge Todd Rundgren fan. I believe one of the albums he carried with him when he killed John Lennon was one of Todd Rundgren's albums. Rundgren found out, and his album Healing is based on him coming to terms with the fact that this madman was a fan of his. And that's where we get the song Time Heals. That was one of the very first videos played by MTV. When they played videos, music videos, imagine that. God bless you. I hope it's still up, Bill. I'm going to try to catch that. And just eyes Carl and says nothing for now. Uh-oh. And vests are cool, says Eric Siebold. You are right. I've got my vest across the room. I should be wearing it sometime because Cookie made it for me. And says Carl Witzman, knowing he's living on borrowed time now. And there she is, the giantess Meredith Walkren. Meredith, mwah, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you. Geek Insider. Geekinsider.com. Check it out. Great videos, great family of shows on there, of which we are one. Or a couple, actually. Anyway, check out that channel on YouTube also and give it a like and share it, all right? And Carl Westman, the giantess has arrived. Make room, make room. And Clyde Hall says, Bill Sarton, though I know, okay. And you said that before you like the artwork of Bill Sarton. A gospel illusionist Jake Lindsay says, but in all seriousness, Carl, every live show I do, the girls always hug me afterwards. Not those shows, Christian. Oh, yeah. Leave the Tijuana Borough shows for Christian there, okay? But see, dude, you're getting hugged. I don't get hugged after I do a show all the time. I mean, come on. And Meredith Walkren says, just finished up my run and vlog and decide Brian's show is more important than a shower. You're welcome. Meredith, I am touched. But Meredith, if you want to take your phone into the shower with you, we could do a simulcast. You know, you can log in here and you can co-host from the shower. I promise we won't peek. Anyway, and Carl, I'll be wanting that screen capture later. Anyway, Carl Wisman, we love you, Meredith. And Carl Wisman, no shower, Meredith? Okay, make even more room, folks. No, I'm proud of you, Meredith. Your month of self-improvement, although you don't need much improving, girl. Your commitment to your health and everything, it's really fun to watch. I try to catch your shows whenever I can, and we love Meredith Walkren. And if you don't love Meredith Walkren, there is something seriously wrong with you. And I'm opening Facebook because it seems YouTube is deleting my plugs, says Grant Lankard. Anyone else have that problem? Well, no. What's happening, Grant, I know what this is. It has not deleted your plugs, because what I do later is I check the stats on the show, and it's just simply holding it up for review. If you go back later, it will probably be up. So don't worry about it. This is what YouTube does in order to prevent spam, which, of course, I'm encouraging. We got to talk to YouTube about that. But anyway, please check it out. All right. And just be patient, Grant. Please sign up for the newsletter at monarchpublishing.net. You're running out of time to sign up before the first issue comes out. And there's an amazing interview in there, I should say. And Shelterin says, Meredith Logren. Ah, yes. And hey, you said Swordmaster, says Eric Hawkins. Oh, yeah. Behold my blade. And Joe Dog McKeel, Carl's looking like something broke yesterday. They just added another Friday on permit notices. Uh-oh. Look out. And the Eric Hawkins, it's true about Charlie. Very good. And better to find it before the rocket gets in the air, says Carl Wisman. That's true. And we love you, Meredith. And Carl speaks for all of us. We love you, Meredith Logren. You are the best. And Jody McPhee, forgetting is a higher commodity than forgiveness. People do forgive, but they also have long memories too. Well, that's true. That's true. And Charles F. Millhouse, one of the things I find funny about religious people, that they are quick to tell people they aren't getting into heaven because of a sin. It's not their call. Only one being has the ultimate say, and all sinning is equal in the eyes of God, and judging is a sin. There we go. And Grant Lankard, regarding not judging people for getting arrested, I once had a long talk with a lawyer how messed up our judicial system is. I think a lot of innocent people go to jail. A number of them do. You're always hearing in the news that somebody has been in jail for 30 years and they reopened the case and did like a DNA search or re-examined the evidence and found that, wait a minute, we got the wrong guy or gal. So yeah, it does happen frequently. And also, I have no idea who is the person on this show that is the former jailbird, but what were they up for? I mean, I would not judge, um, somebody who say, uh, got busted for having like, a couple reefers on them, versus somebody who say murdered someone in cold blood. I mean, there is a degree of, degrees in sin. I think, I know God doesn't look at it that way, but just the same, here on earth, I would take the offense into account. And I think the best example of someone bounding back from legal mishaps is Robert Downey Jr. Good call, Brian Rodman. His life was in the toilet. Now he is one of the most inspiring and talented performers out there. That's true. He started out early. He was nominated for an Academy Award in the early 90s. He bounded between TV and movies, but his life was such a mess. And he, I believe he served time for, his lack of inhibitions. But then he landed the role of Tony Stark, and by then he'd gotten clean and sober. And you're right, he's a great example now. And he's a guy who also, he does so much charitable work that you find out about later. He doesn't make a big deal of it. I mean, I guess he was visiting children's hospitals as Iron Man, or as Tony Stark, just to give the kids some hope. How can we not love someone like that? Good call, Brian Rodman. Very, very good call. Let's see. Gospel Illusionist says, in all honesty, I've had my days where I make tons of mistakes, but in staying down, I rise up saying, not today. You can't keep me down, evil ruler, because Jesus is with me. Exactly. That's what the way to get through your day. And yes, Brian says, Rick Bradley, I always said that Robert Downey Jr. saved Iron Man, and Iron Man saved Robert Downey Jr. I think you're right. I mean, there was one point in time in Hollywood, he was unemployable because his drug and alcohol addictions were so bad that he was unreliable. He was uninsurable. And the Marvel Studios took a gamble on him, and it paid off handsomely for everyone involved. Joe Dog McKeel says, a radio host brought up the John Lennon story this morning. Then it dawned on him. John has now been gone as long as he was here on Earth. You could hear the hurt in his voice. Wow. That is a gobsmacking thing there. Yeah, you're right. Wow. And I believe John Lennon served time too. So, for marijuana. Meredith Walkren says, speaking of John Lennon, I had a great interview with Tim English, the author of John Lennon 1980 Playlist. I got to check that out. I seriously am sorry I missed it. Some great insights into the man, the music, and who inspired him. It's on Amazon. That sounds cool. That is great. But check out the interview with Meredith Walkren. Meredith, if you want to drop a link, that would be awesome. And John B. Pike, I wish that were true, but it's still only a rumor. So many rumors about Spider-Man 3. Maybe we should discuss it on a podcast, yours or mine. You first, John. You first. And John B. Pike said, I cannot wait till open enrollment ends next week so I can participate more. We miss you, brother, but we're glad you visit, man. It makes us happy. And Meredith Walkren says, Joe Dog McKeel, when John Lennon was murdered, it was one of the very few times I saw my father cry. Well, I was explaining to somebody yesterday that the only time I've really been gotten a gut punch by somebody like that dying, if I wasn't related or knew them, was John F. Kennedy. Because I was 7 when it happened, and it just never could occur to me that anyone could hate him enough to kill him, and that somebody that good anyone would even want to. It just never dawned on me at the time. The next time was John Lennon, because he was such an influence on me. I was such a fan of his music, no matter where it appeared. And he was a fantastic poet and author and illustrator and just a general good person for the most part. And the next one was David Bowie, because, again, he was so creative and had so much going. It was such a positive force, that is, and Prince hit me also pretty hard, but those are the ones. And it's funny how, except for Kennedy, musicians, even Elvis dying didn't affect me like that. But Brian, is that a Skeletor sketch behind you? Yes, that is. This is a Skeletor sketch by the one, the only Ted Davies himself. And it adorns my wall back here, and I love it. Of course, it's no secret I'm a Masters of the Universe fan. In fact, I've got one here by a great artist named Scoot McMahon, who did one of my Spencer Spook covers. You'll see the purple one. we were at a show where we met years ago up in Dayton, Ohio. And he was doing sketches like this for $1 a piece, and people were milling about and just kind of hanging out at my area to wait to him. And when they'd ask if I had any art, I said no, but you need to talk to my friend Scoot next door. He does art. He'll do a sketch for you for $1. And Scoot was so happy he handed me like 3 or 4 sketches, and then custom did the Orco for me, and we've been friends ever since. Carlene says I was arrested for discharging a firearm, got probation. Yeah. See, good people get arrested. And in the meantime, says John B. Pica, please check out my projects, Back of the Cereal Box, League of Impossibles, and the Diesel Punk podcast at www.johnpica.com. This man is a model of organization. He is who I hope to grow up to be one day, should I ever grow up. But anyway, check out the work of John B. Pica. He's an amazing creator. If it's comics or podcasts or cosplay or whatever, check out John Pica. He is so very talented. And all you shot at was buckshot at a cow. Long story, folks. Oh, let me fill in the gaps. And hear that long story in the green room, says Carl Wisman. That should get you there. And not to preach this gospel illusionist Jake Lindsay by all means, but when Jesus died on the cross, he washed away the penalty of our sins. So we sin still, they are already paid in full. So I guess you'll be watching The Grinch, right? I hope you will be watching The Grinch. And Charles F. Millhouse, I would like to say I have the utmost respect for people of any faith or non-faith. If you treat me with respect, I will do the same. Humans have forgotten that. Respect. Much respect for you saying that, Charles. Thank you for sharing that. That is something that we could use a lot more of, is respect for each other. And I approve. I am Brian K. Morris, and I approve this message. And we have also we've caught up finally. Ha ha ha. We have caught up. So to celebrate that, let's see. Let's run something here from people we like. Let's pick something really good. Here's someone. And I know we'll be excited to see this. This is part of the Indie Volt family of broadcasts. And if you love comics, you're going to love this show. Am I right, Meredith?
So let's go.
Ooh.
Oh.
My nippies got hurt.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Check that out on Sunday morning, the Sunday Funnies with Randy Zimmerman, who's been a guest on Clever Title Pending. Please check it out. He is a great comic creator, a great broadcaster, and that show's a lot of fun. It really is. I've been on it a couple times, and I enjoy watching it as well. So please check out Sunday Funnies with Randy Zimmerman. And Carly says, sorry, Jake, I don't believe in sin. I'm a big fan of it in some nights. Anyway, Gospel Illusionist says, I'll be watching it. The music is catchy. There you go. See? There you go. And we've all learned a lesson today. And very true, Charles, says Carleen. Very true indeed. Grant Laker, this discussion got pretty deep on a Wednesday morning. We are not afraid to tackle the tough issues. And Grant, this exemplifies the kind of atmosphere we appreciate here at the Rising Tide family of broadcasts, that we can agree to disagree. And we can disagree as long as we're agreeable about it. And we don't have to all be the same religion or lack thereof. We don't all have to like the same things. We don't, we just have to respect the other person's point of view. And as long as they are respectful towards us, and that is what we insist on. It is, and the few people that we have blocked and banned from the shows have all had the same quality. They've been disrespectful, and I'll even put up with bad language to a degree. I try not to have it on here, and I appreciate everyone minding your tongues, so to speak. But the fact is, like I said, we can agree to disagree. We can still part as friends, and maybe we'll learn something more about what the other person's about, and help us navigate through this life as well. Anyway, Jeff Hayes has to head out and join us next week for Clever Title Pending this coming Tuesday for a chance to win a canvas print of The Shadow. I own one of those. OMG. Jeff, I am still knocked out by it. It's in my bedroom where I stare at it constantly when I'm writing. Thank you so much for that. And I still have to get a package out to you. I will try to do that this week. So anyway, thank you, Jeffrey Hayes. And don't forget, plasmafiregraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you. Thank you for your sponsorship of this program. And thank you for your friendship. That's even more important. And Comics Talk with Pop and Zan, CromCon 10. The thing that all the first 9 have been leading up to is now January 2nd and 3rd at 2021. He's going to start out the year right. Let's get that in our planner here. CromCon 10. CromCon 10. All right. It's in our planner. If we're not participating, we're definitely going to be watching, Pops. Thank you for sharing that. Carleen says, Grant, you'd be surprised to see how deep some stuff are. We really do. We do. We talk about things, and that's one of the beauties of this show, I think. And I appreciate everyone feeling comfortable enough to be able to use it as a forum. And Brian Wetzoff, this has been a great show. Brian, thank you for helping make it that way, brother. You take care of yourself, man. And don't forget Reels and Heels, 2:15 p.m. this coming Saturday. Always a great time to be had. Bill Sarn, my one crime that I committed, I think is safe to talk about now, is that 1 year after John Lennon was assassinated, I painted graffiti on a white barn in Danville that said, 1 year ago today, John Lennon died. How can we forget? Including a painting of John. A photographer from the Danville commercial newspaper saw it and put it on the front page of the paper. The owner of the barn left it up for a few months. Well, that was good. Well, it really was. And, the thing is, you can always say that if the farmer didn't press charges and the police didn't take you away and to the Hooskow, then maybe it's not a crime. But the sentiment there, I totally agree with you, brother. Rick Radley says, got pretty deep. And Christian died. And Ted Davies, thanks for all you do, Brian K. Morris. Hey, thank you for all you do, Ted. And thank you for a great, clever title pending last night. You were amazing, as always. Everyone have a great day. Everyone check out Ted Davies Artistry on Facebook, YouTube, TedDaviesArtistry.com. Also check out his Spotify FM podcast. It is really good. Also, we mentioned Meredith Laughlin earlier. Check out Wild One Forever, 7:30 a.m. every morning. It's Eastern time. She's got something great to say and an amazingly positive way to start your day. Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay. In all honesty, I love everyone no matter what. I only dislike the people that say curse words towards me for doing what I do. Well, phooey on them, I say. Phooey. And Joe W. McKeel, I am never wrong, but then again, I ain't never been right either. Just ask my wife. Yeah, I can relate to that all too well. Just announced that Nicolas Cage will host the History of Swear Words on Netflix. Is that for real? Oh my God, that is beautiful. I love the title. I love the concept. Carl Wisman asks, if a married man says something in the woods and his wife isn't there, is he still wrong? She'll find out eventually. Trust me. It'll work. Much love to you all. Have a blessed day, my friends. You too, Jake. You have an incredible day, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. And Bill Sarton, you rebel. Says Carl Witzman there. Brian Winslow thinks to self, wonder if a certain promo will air today. It didn't get downloaded again last night. I got so busy yesterday doing some household stuff. And then I had clever title pin. You'll get up there, Brian. Don't worry. All right. In fact, I've got it on the list for today. And I remember that was you, Bill. Good on you, says Carleen. Brian Rodden, what a great show today, everyone. Brian, thank you once more for all you do. So thankful for this community and your friendship. Back at you, Brian Rodman. You know that. And looking forward tonight to the Dastardly Dingoes live podcast. Live. Oh, my God. More people doing live shows. You people are dancing on the razor's edge now. So check it out tonight. I will be there along with some amazing guests. And thank you, Brian and Jeremy, for inviting me back. Looking forward to it. And there she is, Deanne. Mwah, DDK. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, darling. Hope you and Austin are doing well. And time for my closing hashtag. Hashtag don't die. Go feed Cookie. Good thinking. I'm sure Cookie will agree with you thoroughly. Rick Bradley says, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, brother. Thank you for being here, Rick. And thank you all for being here on a really fun and informative Nevermind the Furthermore. That's when the show works, when we can talk to each other and talk to each other in a civil manner, which I approve of. And I'm grateful for you all. And Brian Wesloff has okay, if Deadline says it, then it's gospel. Nicolas Cage, host of the History of Swear Words. That ought to be fun, actually. I would check that out. Carl Witzman says, Carly, don't encourage Bill's criminal behavior. Just teasing. Give it a whirl. And Carl, you know me. Yeah. And have a good day, Brian. You too, Grant. Thank you for being here, brother. I hope you had a fun day, and I hope you're looking forward to an even better one today. So anyway, we're going to close out the show now. Thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciative of you all, and you too, Carl Witzman. Thank you so much, man. Have a good one yourself. You and Donna both. Anyway, check out the Dastardly Dingoes tonight at 6:30. On YouTube and on Facebook. It's a great podcast, and they're going live today. I don't know what they were thinking, and they're having me on. Oh man, strike three and they're out. Anyway, but no, check it out tonight. It's going to be a great show. Looking forward to that. And also check out last night's Clever Title Pending with Ted Davies. He was on fire last night. We put him out, and he was still doing a great show. Anyway, he was a fantastic guest, and you'll get a lot from him because this guy, like we said last night, he started out here in 2020, like a lot of us. But where a lot of people started there, and then they did this because of various reasons. But Ted soldiered on, and now he's this. He's got comic book coming. He's got 2 comics out already. He's done variant covers for other publishers. He's started his podcast. He's got an active broadcast schedule on YouTube. He's got a bunch of amazing shows, and he's just looking to expand. And he's set up for 2021 to really burst through the ceiling. And you could do worse than to check out last night's show and take notes and use that towards your own work. And John B. Pike, catch on the flip side. Big Daddy Cool, looking forward to seeing you there. Later all, mwah. Carlene, thank you for being here, darling. Love you as always. And love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making the show amazing. Thank you for providing a great show this morning. And we'll do it again. What do you say we do it Friday morning about the same time, say about 10 Eastern time, 9 Central? I think it ought to be fun. I think it'll be a good time. And that'll prep us for the weekend. So anyway, folks, thank you again for being here. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your ongoing support. And as always, thank you to Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your reader. And thanks for the show. Thank you, Joe D. McPhee, for checking it out, and thank you as always for showing up and participating. Joe, you are greatly appreciated. And check out Joe D. McPhee's Facebook page and check out his amazing art. Please leave him a positive comment. All right, and give those illustrations a like, because then more people will see his great work, man. Thank you, Joe. And let's get ready for the next shot here. I'm talking like a director, like I know what I'm doing. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciated. And as always, check out the risingtide.pub. We're going to get that. We're going to have Meredith Loughran redo our webpage, but right now you can still use it. It's pretty useful. Tells you a lot of the stuff we have done. Plus, you can sign up for my monthly newsletter, where every month I provide motivation, education, inspiration, secret links, special inspirational quotes, and a video that is unique only to that newsletter. And we have been sharing it on Instagram and Twitter in the past, but no more. If you want to see what the video has, what we are offering, you got to subscribe to the newsletter. It's free, and we will also not give out your contact information, so you'll get no spam from us. All right, so please sign up. Go to risingtide.pub and sign up there, or go to bit.ly/risingtide without the vowels, RSNGTD01. And you can sign up directly there. Or if you have Facebook Direct Messenger, send me a DM with your email address, and I will sign you up personally. The next issue goes out January 5th at 5 p.m. So sign up before then so you can catch all this cool stuff. If you're watching us on Facebook, on the Indie Event, or the Rising Tide Publications page, thank you so much. Please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like if you would. Also, please like the page you're watching on, because it helps with the algorithms. It helps us get discovered. And we'd like to help grow those pages so that when we promote other people, it benefits them as well. That's what Rising Tide's about. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on the Geek Insider page, or you're watching on Rising Tide Publications, Brian K. Morris, Rising Tide Publications, give a thumbs up to this video. give it a like if you would, please, if you appreciated it. And please subscribe. It just takes a couple seconds. It's absolutely free. And be sure to ring that little bell so you can get notified of all of our broadcasts as they are scheduled. All right. And again, thank you to PlasmaFireGraphics.com for your sponsorship of the show. Thank you very much to our Patreon supporters. And this list does not include Kelly Austin or the Eric Hawkins. But anyway, thank you to my Patreon supporters. You are so greatly appreciated. We offer great content there too. Unique videos, and also people got to hear the first chapter of our new audiobook that will be coming out in 2021 that Cookie's working on now. And also chapters of an upcoming novel in the first draft. So, and you have a voice in how they are being shaped, and you could become a character in there. Details to follow soon. So anyway, check us out on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. All one word, all lowercase. And that's all I can think of for now. And let's see here. And bye, everybody. See you Friday. See you, Grant. You have a great one. And take care, Brian. Take care to the wonderful community this day. Be safe. You too, Kelly. Please be safe, darling. Love you. Mwah. You are awesome. And you're awesome, too. Don't you ever forget that. If anyone tells you you're not, they're lying to your face. So go forth and be encouraging, be creative today, because we're helping make a better world that way. We really are. Think of all the improvements that art, whether it's writing or music or illustration, have brought to the world. How about becoming a part of that? All right. And give the naysayers more to complain about. Right. What do you say? Anyway, thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate you all. And we hope that, as always, let me get set up for the next shot here. This is very important. Anyway, folks, thank you for being here. This has been Brian K. Morris, and will continue to be Brian K. Morris for Rising Tide Publications. And again, thank you to Geek Insider for helping power this show. But as always, folks, we bid you a cheese fondue and hope that you stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. We'll see you Friday on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Go thee to thy rest, O shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends. Because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.